Breaking news. Naira swap. More heartbreak for TINUBU as federal government insists on February 10th. Asks appeals court to dismiss state suits. This is getting more interesting. Nigerians. Uncertainties trailing the Central Bank of Nigeria, the CBN's Naira redesign policy continued yesterday when the Supreme Court overruled an earlier injunction granted by a high court in the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), restraining the federal government and the CBN from undermining the federal 10th deadline for the ongoing currency swap. While the Supreme Court ruling appealed to have draws the tension the scarcity of cash had induced in the polity, the federal government last night approached the Supreme Court asking it to dismiss a suit challenging the February 10th deadline set by CBN to end the legal tender status of the old currency notes of 200 naira, 500 and 1,000. It argued that the Supreme Court lacks jurisdiction to hear the suit, which was filed by 3 states: the Kaduna State, Kogi, and Zamfara States, all in the northern part of the country and controlled by the controlled by the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC). The respondent maintained that the case is not a dispute between the federal government and the state government, but merely an issue about CBN's policy. He said the suit is therefore not qualified to be taken directly to the Supreme Court for a jurisdiction, arguing that the suit had to have commenced at the Federal High Court. The Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, and the Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami San, sued as the sole defendant, as a representative of the federal government, filed his opposition to the suit as a preliminary objection against it at the Supreme Court on Wednesday night. The 3 state governments in the application filed to challenge the Naira redesign policy prayed for an old restraining CBN from ending the use of the old note of February 10th. They cited the sufferings the scarcity of the new Naira notes had brought upon many Nigerians. After listening to the applicant's lawyer yesterday, the 7-member panel of the court, led by John Okoro, issued an order of interim injunction stopping the plan by CBN to end and use of the old banknote as scheduled. The court then adjourned the hearing of the main case until February 15. Shortly after President Muhammadu Buhari met with the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele and the AGF Malami at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. The outcome of the meeting was yet to be known as at the press time, apart from the AGF asking the appeals court to dismiss the governor's suit. This is the International Monetary Fund, IMF, yesterday called for the extension of the February 10th deadline for cash swap. The IMF, in a statement by its resident representative to Nigeria, Ari Arinze, issued on his behalf by Office Manager for Resident Representation for Nigeria, Laraba Bonnet in Abuja, hanged its plea on the hardship Nigerians were going through. It said, in light of hardship caused by disruptions to trade and payments due to the shortage of new banknotes available to the public, in spite of measures introduced by the CBN to mitigate the challenges in the banknote swap process, IMF encourages the CBN to consider extending the deadline should problems persist in the next few days leading up to the February 10th deadline. IMF is the first international financial organization to openly call for extension of the deadline for the deposit of old Naira notes. Governor El-Rufai has urged Nigerians to continue spending the old denominations of the redesigned note. El-Rufai said Nigerians should disagree the CBN directives because the APC presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed TINUBU will reverse the decision of the if elected on February 25th. Speaking in Kaduna, the governor said, "Continue running your business and daily activities with whatever note, old or new, you have. You don't rush yourself into taking old Naira notes to the bank and wasting your time in the unnecessary queue at the bank. Nobody can stop you people from using the old notes when we come to power. If Tinubu becomes the president, we will give people more time to get rid of the old Naira notes." But more commercial banks have shut their doors to customers, stopping cash operations and safety concerns. They take priority in management decisions, finding suggestions that most bank managers have been strongly advised to avoid, putting the lives of their employees at risk until there is possible a reasonable assurance of safety. Okay, guys, I'm dropping it here. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. The federal government of Nigeria insists on February 10th as appeals court to dismiss state suit. So, guys, let's hear your views on this. Thank you for stopping by.